Hello and welcome to Rose Gold 8. This is a Divine Feminine channel, channeling all mysteries in regards to the fullest embodiment of the rising Divine Feminine energy. This channel is in devotion to all of those gridding light onto our planet right now, especially in terms of the Christos mission as well as Divine Union. So today is my very first read of this channel, so this is going to be an intention setting reading for the upcoming eclipse season. So whether you are following the time with me personally or whether you're on a different timeline, either way, if you received this message, you clicked on this message, there will be something here for you. And perhaps you're going through your own eclipse season within your own cycle, and perhaps you're experiencing eclipse season in a different year. But this current year, so this is October 2023, we have an eclipse season coming up. On the 14th of October is the solar eclipse, and then I believe it's the 30th, that is the lunar eclipse. And these are both in the sign of Libra, so they are giving us a chance to balance things out. And they are also near the solar eclipse is near the south node, so there's going to be a clearing of karmic energies. First, with the new moon on the 14th, we have intention setting. We are planting seeds for the upcoming 9-year cycle, because that's the nodes take 9 years to hit this point again, to be so close to the eclipse. So we are really closing out and restarting a 9-year cycle with the nodes. The south node there is a lot about fate. So my first question is about what are we calling in, and then what are we removing? Removing will be more on the 30th of October and going into November, because that's going to be the full moon, and the full moon is a better time to be doing more cleansing type of stuff to clear any illusions. So first I have the Rose Oracle deck. Thank you, angels and guardians and kind fairy folk, for helping us today in receiving the messages that the collective here needs to know in regards to our mission of bringing more love into this planet. Please bring us our first message regarding what are we seeding on this upcoming eclipse season. Thank you so much for your guidance. So Brothers of the Rose is a conversation about how the masculine is in relation to the feminine in this path. We tend to have a lot of conversations about our divine counterpart being the one that is in the masculine role in our life, but actually there would be, in a healthiest situation, ideal situation, there would be a huge brotherhood of men supporting the divine feminines, and that is available to the divine feminine. So it is a matter of giving yourself permission to access those people, and also to meet those people in a way that invites them into that particular energy. I know for a lot of divine feminines, there has been a lot of challenge in the past of using sexuality to become connected with somebody, and not realizing that there is intimacy available in a more platonic way. And this is speaking to that, the availability of deep, intimate, connected, soul level support that is platonic, and it doesn't have that sexual charge to it, and so it has a very innocent and supportive role. So that is what we are bringing in, and then we're going to look at the full moon quickly. So this is for the 28th or the 30th. I think it's the 30th of October. What are we removing from our lives? So something that's been around for about 9 years that is ready to let go and make space for this other new energy that's coming in. The mystic rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. So the mystics refers to the philosophers or the practitioners who are bringing in mystical information into our planet and teaching it, providing it as a service, right? The rose is specific. This whole deck is the rose oracle, but the rose is a specific lineage of medicine as well. The rose itself is a medicine that is coming up here, so you might be interested to check out using rose petals in tea or putting it in your homemade cosmetics or using a spray on your face, something like that, as a medicinal connection to the love that is expressed through the plant that is the rose. The mystic of the rose is very specific. You see that she is holding the rose at her heart and she has a sort of crown. This, I believe, is a reference to the Sacred Heart, which is also connected with the rose. But basically the idea is that within the center of our hearts, we have the ability to connect to this medicine of love that the rose shows us. And the lineage that comes with that is connected to the Christos mission, which means that the rose leads us to an ability to connect with the divinity that we have within ourselves. Okay, that's beautiful. So something removing there, I understand the message to be that this mystic rose is what is offering us the support through cleansing. And so the cleansing doesn't look really heavy. It looks very gentle and soft, like flooding a room of light to allow any darkness to fade away. Thank you so much. All right, let's look a little bit deeper now. I would like to ask a few questions about the current experience in preparing for this eclipse season. So first question is in regards to what is the feminine needing to support her in this current time. The first thing we have is the Tower. So the Tower is a quick enlightenment, a revelation, something really opening up, and it can have this sort of harsh kind of reaction to us because we weren't necessarily prepared for it. So this gives you the opportunity to connect to it in a way that is more prepared, perhaps to open yourselves up to a new perspective that had previously been something you were maybe resistant to, but now you realize that it is really the only option because it's starting to become more and more obvious. So the sooner that you realize the new perspective, the more easily it will move through because you're not having to confront as much of your resistance in regards to that change of perspective. The Seven of Air. So this is a choice in regards to communication. There's some sort of understanding that we are moving into a new level of communication with ourselves and the people around us. We're being a lot more clear about what it is that we're choosing to say, because we know that what we say is able to create realities in front of us. And so if we say something, if we speak something that is a negativity or a fear that's on our mind, we're beginning to realize that that actually has a really strong effect, and that by speaking something negative, it does actually open that energy, it expands that energy. Even if we're saying we don't like something negative, we are still putting energy into that thing. And so we're starting to learn how to speak in ways that are much more intentional and meaningful, and that are able to provide meaningful results for what we are calling in, rather than what we are losing or what we are giving up. So the combination of the Tower with this means that we are suddenly aware of this distinction in our choices and in the power that our choices have. Now, to further this energy, we have the Nine of Fire, which is the Nine of Wands. And in this, there's a sort of manifestation of the perfect action. It's really showing the results in this state of the actions that are inspired, that are coming through with ease, that are creating a really powerful momentum that feels really good and meaningful and purposeful, and it is aligned with the deeper purposes of why we're here. And so as we hit this point where everything is going to kind of shatter around us, the old realities are just not clicking anymore, we realize that we have the power to make the choice, and then we experience the result of that sort of completeness, the manifestation really coming through on a physical, energetic level as well, where we are really feeling the inspiration or feeling that movement. Okay, thank you so much. So my next question is in regards to the practical world for the feminine. I'm interested in what does the feminine need at this time in the practical world in order to guide her and support her through this eclipse portal. And specifically, what does she need to prepare for it? So the Eight of Air. So after we've made this choice, we have the Nine of Fire, of Wands. Now we have the support guiding us is the Eight of Air. And the Eight is realizing that we had everything that we needed all along in regards to air, which is our thoughts, our words as well, and the way that we are in our minds. And so once we have gotten these things straight, then it becomes much more clear with the Eight of Air. And we use that clarity within us to support us through this portal. Very simple, yeah. And what are we doing at this time to offer an overflow to the people who are surrounding us? We have the Messenger of Air, yeah, obviously. So not only are we experiencing this fullness of manifestation within ourselves and it's overflowing in our communication, but we have a confirmation of that that's true, because this question and what we're giving to the people around us is, again, air. So it is about this message of clarity that you're offering the people around you as well. So whatever you have been unclear about, whether that is your business, your partnership, yourself, your own experience, your vulnerability, your story, whatever that is, you have found that clarity within yourself. You're holding that, you're using that throughout the eclipse season, and you are offering that clarity about your story, which gives inspiration to the other people around you as well. Our vulnerability is really powerful, not just because of our own healing, but because it inspires other people as well, because they relate to us and because they're able to use that example to guide them to what their own alignment looks like as well. So this one, a little bit deeper into this connection with other people, I'm curious how this current eclipse relates to other people, especially because we are in Libra season, which is often connected to relationships or just other people, connection and general intimacy, because of the balanced energy there. And it's sort of like a union of the yin and the yang. And so I'm really curious how this relates to this connection with other people. So we have the Queen of Water in reverse, which makes so much sense. So we are really in a place of receiving the emotional guidance that we have been waiting for. We've been waiting for other people to offer us this guidance, but in the Queen of Cups, we realize that our own emotions are the guidance, and we've had access to it all along. But we've been sort of bypassing our own emotional guidance. So I just want to get a little bit of clarity on that one. So in regards to our connections with other people, what are we needing at this time? What is showing up during this eclipse season to bring us into deeper alignment with union energies within ourselves and in connection to other people? Yeah, the Ace of Water. So perfect. So this is a perfect clarification. So the Queen of Wands is in reverse because she's a receptive energy, the Queen in general, but she's in reverse because the message of water, of emotion, of love is coming from somebody else. It's not coming from her. So that is really interesting. It's not so much a message, it's more like an offer. Like there's something on the table that says like, yes, I'm here. I'm offering my love to you. My heart is yours. And so this is an invitation into a new beginning that's coming for the Queen of Cups. And so, yeah, she's in a place of deciding whether she wants to receive that. I'm going to pick up the Isis Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild to close this. So in regards to this offer of love that is coming through, we would like some guidance from Isis. And she let us know that this is an initiation. It is a spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. So we have the concept of initiation showing up, letting us know that this is not simply part of the journey or one of the steps. This is a specific gateway that we are passing through, and we have to complete this sort of test, which is really just to see if we need more strengthening before we move on to the next experience. And in completing the test, in proving our strength, we are initiated into this new experience. So let me just get a confirmation about what the initiation is about. Ra is the sun god, and Lady Isis is Iset, is the goddess, and they are both devoted to the sun. The spiritual testing for them is really in relation to how much light we are able to hold. And so the testing becomes a way of strengthening and expanding our capacity, specifically by setting boundaries and saying no to anything that is not aligned with this spiritual initiation. And by setting those boundaries, we immediately get propelled into this next level sphere, which I'm relating to the 9, right? So we have 2 cards to clarify the initiation and what it is in regards to. The first is transformation, which is the death card. Traditionally, this means that there is a full recycle, a rebirth, a new cycle, starting, ending, and starting. So that's clarification that that is what the initiation is. And then the last one is the call, which is 20, which is judgment. Judgment? Yeah. It's the final glory song that is as at the end of the chapter. It is a sort of 9 as well, because it's the second last card. 21 is the last card of the major arcana, but it has this almost complete feeling to it. It's like, okay, we are complete. We finished the mission. We're celebrating now. Yeah, so that's really beautiful. It's not closed yet. We're still in the celebration process. So all of it seems really gentle. You know, even the death card comes with judgment. And so there's really a huge celebration coming with it. Yeah, that's super exciting. Okay, keep tuned, subscribe and follow for more messages. If you have specific messages that you'd like me to include, questions that you'd like me to include in my readings, or if you have a question regarding any of the topics that I speak on, please post them in the comments and I will make videos about them if they are relevant. And if you want personalized information, you can book my 22-minute personal reading. And within that, I include also a free consult. So I do book longer than those 22 minutes in that first session. You can book that in the link in my bio. You can also see my TikTok channel and other things that are connected to me that are going on right now. So sending you lots of love, and I'll be back on soon to give you another message. Have a beautiful day.